Okay, my name is Shannon Neiman, Shannon, and Neiman is Nieman, and I'm the lead pastor at Abundant Living Faith Center.
Fantastic. And same question. What are you guys doing in these trying times for our upcoming Easter celebration?
Well, we would have never imagined that we would not be gathering in our facilities for Easter. Easter is probably the biggest holiday for Christians around the world. So we're just going to continue to celebrate. It's just going to come in a different way. This year we're offering church at home, and these home experiences are going to take place starting today, tomorrow, and Sunday. All 3 days the experiences are different, and we also have things available for kids and adults.
How's your congregation doing now that you can't really be in front of them physically? How are you guys interacting?
You know what? We're interacting with them in all different sorts of ways. So we've got our staff calling people, we're emailing, we're doing video Zoom calls, and all different kinds of connect groups, and just really doing whatever we can to reach out and stay connected to our congregation.
How are you guys doing?
You know what? We're doing okay. We miss being in our church so much, and we miss gathering with the people so much. But, on the other hand, we really believe that this is a time for the church to really make a difference in people's lives. And so one of the things that we're doing is we set up an email. It's care@alfc.com, and people can email us there. We're offering free counseling. We're doing prayer calls. We're distributing food at our West Side campus. We partnered with the El Paso Food Bank. We're giving away literally thousands of boxes of food every week.
Pastor, is there anything I didn't ask you that you would like to say?
You know what? I would just love to wish El Pasoans all over the city a happy Easter. And, we're just, like I said, blessed that we can gather together online. And you can find our online experiences on our church app. You can do that by searching ALFC, and the app is free, or on our Facebook pages, or at alfc.com.
Awesome. Pastor, again, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Good luck.
You too. Happy Easter.
Thank you. Happy Easter.
Okay. My name is Russell Nebhut. That's Russell. And the last name is Nebhut. I'm the senior pastor of St. Mark's United Methodist Church here in El Paso.
I was baptized twice at St. Mark's on Love Road.
Yeah.
First time didn't stick, so they had to rub it in the second time.
A little bit more.
David Ring was the minister, and then Tom Nagel.
Okay,
That's when I was there.
Still remember there.
Yeah, great people. Absolutely. How are you guys handling this pandemic, and how are you dealing with your church and your flock? How?
Well, it started off a little rocky, just trying to figure out how to do it. We had just concluded a chaplain training program. So I have 10 brand new individuals who have stepped up and gone through training, and we had just concluded about a month before all this hit. So I have 10 chaplains who are assisting me in making phone calls, especially to our elderly. Multiple volunteers willing to grocery shop and go to pharmacies so that our elderly can stay home if they need to. The surprising thing is we haven't been able to do much because our community is such, and the church family, that neighbors and family members and friends are taking care of everybody. So that's been really good to see. The community is pulled together to help each other. And we see that in the church and outside the church. It's really a wonderful thing. We did get beef up our Facebook Live broadcasts with a 2-camera system instead of just one. So the past few Sunday mornings, it's been myself and 3 other individuals in the sanctuary, one singing and 2 guys running the tech, the sound and the cameras, and of course keeping the proper distancing. And our viewership on the online services has been more people than what are normally sitting in the pews. Oh, wow. So I'm seeing it go out in a broader spectrum than just a normal Sunday morning. As far as getting in contact, our website, which is loveroad.org, has a link on the very front page of how to just log right into the live feed on Sunday mornings. We've kept it consistent, 10 o'clock every Sunday morning. Normally on Sundays we have 3 services. We just picked 10 o'clock because we thought that was a good time for families to get up and kind of a simple approach. But this Sunday, of course, is going to be heightened quite a bit with it being Easter.
Speaking of Easter, I was speaking with a religious leader earlier today, and something that they told me that kind of really blew my mind. this is going to be the first time in around 2,000 years that we haven't been able to actually touch somebody or be in front of somebody or to do what you do, to minister to somebody on Easter Sunday.
Right. And certainly, I was thinking of it in reference to our nation. First time in the history of America, we haven't been able to get together in church services. Throughout the history of the church, there were times of persecution when they were in secret, but they could still be together, or they would get together.
Yeah.
This is definitely, it has its downside, of course, but it's bringing families together. Families are gathering together to worship in front of a computer screen, and they are doing it together as a family, probably in a more united way than if they were at the church building. So there's a positive side that I see families growing some through this, growing closer and understanding that this is something of value. I kind of almost tongue-in-cheek said, tell me I can't do something, all of a sudden I want to do it.
Twice.
And I think when all this is over, you'll see a lot of people just coming to check the churches out again because they can.
If I want to get in touch with the church, if I want to find you online, if I want to watch your Easter broadcast, how do I do that?
If you just go to our website, loveroad.org, and click on the link that's on the page to go to our Facebook Live, it'll take you right into the feed itself. You don't even have to have a Facebook account. You can just log right onto the feed and you can watch it at 10 a.m.
Awesome. Sir, is there anything I didn't ask you about this topic that you'd like to say?
Well, we are doing communion on Sunday. That's something that I thought was very special for Easter Sunday. We were able to get some of the individual communion cups. I did send you a picture of those.
I saw that.
Where the juice is prepackaged in an individual cup with the wafer wrapped in cellophane sealed to the top of the cup. They're manufactured like that. They're sterile. We've already consecrated them. People can pick them up. They're in front of the church all day today and all day tomorrow. They can take them home, just get however many you need for your family. And then during our 10 o'clock broadcast on Easter Sunday morning, we will go through the words of institution and have communion together, scattered all over the city, people in their own homes, communing on Easter Sunday together as it should be.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. Sir, again, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it, and good luck this weekend.
Well, it's going to be a great thing because regardless of what the circumstances are, we find ourselves in God's still in control, and Jesus is still the one who stepped out of a tomb and left it empty. And so we can celebrate that as we should every day as God's people. But Easter Sunday is just a highlight and a remembering of that one great day that changed everything for everyone. And so we're gonna celebrate Easter, and we're gonna share God's blessings with our community.
We'll have this we're at 5 and 6, and I'll make sure you have a link.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time. Thank you, sir.
Blessings to you.
Blessing to you.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm 100% ready now.
Okay. All right. My name is Mark Rotrammel. I'm the senior pastor at First Baptist Church, El Paso. Last name is spelled Rotrammel.
All right, sir. So right now we're kind of in unprecedented times of this pandemic, the shutdown, the stay-in-place order. What has it been like for your church during these trying times?
Well, the first word that comes to mind is hectic. It has mobilized our staff in a way that moves us to be active on more than a regular workday. I think it's been a stretch. I think for everybody. Clearly, our society is looking at things in a whole different way now and learning to do life at a whole different pace. I think, and that's no different for our church. We've moved almost exclusively online with what we've done, and are prepared to continue doing that until this is past us. And even then, I'm sure that we'll carry some of those things with us going forward. But we are doing for our worship service on Sunday mornings, this will be the fourth one that we've done it this way. We actually are putting together pieces, producing them through the course of the week, including what I'm doing from the sermon side of things. And then we piece them together and produce them. And then we do a live stream simultaneously on Sunday, so that at 9 o'clock on Sunday mornings through our website and through our YouTube channel. And so none of that is done live on Sunday. We felt like it's better for us to be able to piece those things together rather than just a static shot for an hour.
Like a look live. That's what we do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, good stuff.
We're trying to learn from you guys.
So I was talking with the religious leader earlier, and something that he told me that kind of really clicked with me. Now this is going to be one of the first times in almost 2,000 years that we can't be in front of each other and with each other for Easter.
Right.
What's that like?
Well, that's different, to be sure. But, technology is a great thing. And one of the guys that I listen to as a leadership kind of a mentor of sorts, he made a comment about a month ago that said that the church has the opportunity during these times to find fresh ways to be who we are. And that's what we're shooting for here. We don't just do Sunday morning things. We're doing that kind of personal touch and making sure that we're keeping up with one another, the connections part of who we are as a church. Through small groups and using video conferencing and those kind of things, we're able to maintain that contact through smaller groups. When it comes to Sunday, and Easter Sunday specifically, one of the things that we're trying to do this through that live stream I was talking about, where it goes out at 9 o'clock, so that even though we're not in the same room, our church is gathering at the same time, seeing the same thing. And then we follow up that immediately upon the close of that service. Then our forms to be able to do that small group thing. So we're doing it kind of the same way. It's just that we're not in the same room. And then through the course of the week, we're phone calls and text messaging and those kind of things just to make sure that we're staying connected.
If I want to watch your service tomorrow or the next day, what's the best way of going about doing that? How do I find you?
The best way and the easiest way to get there is to go to our website, which is www.fbcep.com. FBCEP, as in First Baptist Church, El Paso.
Awesome.
And so you can click through that way. You can get to the sermon. I put together a piece for today, or for Good Friday, and kind of a reflection guide, a devotional, if you will. Normally, we would, if these were normal times, we would have a Good Friday evening service. But since we can't do that today, we put out a piece that people can go to the website. They can download it if they want. They can just read it there, and kind of a devotion guide, if you will.
Oh, very cool. Is there anything I didn't ask you during this interview that you'd like to say?
I would just having the freedom to say something. I would say at First Baptist Church, we have a lot of people in our church who are part of city government, part of the first responders group, and a lot of military people, a lot of medical people. And we as a church understand something about the price that those people are paying and the stress that they're under. And so as a church, we want them to know that we love them, we support them, we appreciate what they're doing. And the best way we know to show that right now is to pray for them and to be available to help them if they need it. So thank you for giving us the chance to say that.
Oh, great interview. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you taking it out for me. Thank you.
Okay, anytime.
We'll talk to you soon. This will be 5 and 6, and I'll get you a link so you have it for your church.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Take care. If you ever need us, you let us know. All
I
right?
appreciate you for saying that. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Here in El Paso, St. George Church, Orthodox Church, in North Festival.
Oh, fantastic. I was there 2 or 3 weeks ago. I did a story on y'all. You did a Mardi Gras kind of celebration. It was really awesome. Really good people.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
what are you guys doing now that we're in this trying time where we can't be in front of each other? And I know your calendar is a week different than the Western calendar, but you still have Palm Sunday coming up. What are you guys doing for that without being able to be in contact with your parish?
Well, first of all, we are following the instructions of His Eminence the Metropolitan. You know, we depend on the headquarters of Inglewood, Antiochian Archdiocese. So we are following the indications of His Eminence. And as well, you know, and indication of the city and you know the town and the state. So yes, it's sad. It's the first time after 2,000 years. Can you imagine the church with persecutions and a lot of sickness and illness? never stop, for example, having contact with the people. And this is, I think, the first time in the history that really we will have closed our doors. And this is something really hard. Following the indications of His Eminence, we will have the services live streamed. So now, thanks God for the techniques, and and we can now talk like we are doing now, talking together like through FaceTime or camera. We can do the same. So we are live streaming all time, all services. It's not the same. It's not the same, absolutely. But since there is no option, the best option now is to do it like that. So we are doing all the services in the church, but only with the clergy, means the priest, the deacon, and like 1 or 2 or 3 for the maximum people from the choir. So we can't have more people. And I think very soon we will return back all together to the church and together, and to be together is better.
What's it like during this pandemic for the church itself?
Sorry?
What is it like right now during this pandemic for the church? How are you guys dealing with that? I mean, I can only imagine you want to be around your parish, you want to be around your members to worship to them, to hear what's going on inside of them, to be in front of them, to touch them. What's it like you not being able to do that now?
Yeah, look, first of all, what we are doing, and foremost, and thank God, this is the church, our Orthodox church. We have something so important. Maybe it's like doing different the Orthodoxy. The priest in our church is so connected to the people. You are not in our church, you are not a number, you are a person. For example, even when you come to have communion, we say the servant of God, I don't know, maybe like Fadi, Sir Anthony, whatever. So the priest knows, if you want, he knows very good the parishioner. And he called him by name. And this is, Jesus used to call everyone by his name. And he said, from the womb of your mother, I know you, so. And this is if you want, the mind of the church, that our church is so connected, so close to the people. So that's why, first of all, I have my phone open 24 hours. And not only for now. I don't follow, if you want, this like office time, what we call office time. You want the priest, you have to go to see him in the office and by appointment. No. The way I'm dealing, especially myself, that I'm like open to receive any call 24 hours a day. 1. So I try to be close to the people through, for example, like phone calls, messages. And then as well, I gave some indications to follow, and to continue working in the church. But through, for example, Zoom, we had like from 1 week ago, a parish council meeting through Zoom, and we are following all activities, Bible studies, Sunday school, teen soyo, meetings through like Zoom. And as well, and very important, I'm doing my best to keep the people in faith. Yesterday we had some trip we did in El Paso, and we blessed, the whole city. And it wasn't for, like propaganda or publicity. That's why I didn't advise before any, news before or like some. But it was just to make the people feeling more that they are protected by the church, that we are praying for them, that they are in our minds. And I asked them, please pray with me. I'm doing the blessing, but your faith is the most important. Yes, the water, it's water, it's holy water, through the grace of the Holy Spirit. But the faith of the people, this reception is very important. And that's why in Orthodoxy, we say that there is always some synergy between the will of God, His grace, but your will as well. You have to accept God as God. Even if He will give you like 3,000 gallons of holy water, if you don't believe in God, will do nothing, because you have your part to give. And that's because God respects us, and we are the image of God. So that's why this synergy is so important. As I ask the people, join your faith together, gather to, even if you are not, for example, like in the church. But we have not to forget that our home is a small church. And that's why in our faith as well, every home has to have, if you want, like uh, every home he should, if you want, like, or might should have a small corner with some icons, and to pray every day, and to glorify God and to ask God blessing, and all the family together. It's very important. This is the holy, and that's why in every marriage, for example, when during the celebration of the marriage, we do some procession around a small table, and we say that the dance of Isaiah. This dance of Isaiah means that we are like now happy that we are watching a creation establishment for a new church, as Saint John Chrysostom says, that now we are happy, we are like enjoying this marriage because we will have a new church, and our home should be a small church. A home without God is not a home. It's like a hotel, if there is no gathering together, and the word. So we are living just like in a social contract, You will use this room, I will use this, and this is the business. Right. The marriage is not a business, it's a life.
Yeah, I understand that. Will you let me know what you guys are doing this weekend, the times, and how people can reach you and be able to watch what you guys are doing virtually? Do you have websites and stuff like that?
Yes, we have our website, St. George Church, and we have our Facebook page, so the people can connect either like through the page of the church, St. George Church, El Paso, Texas, and we have as well our Facebook page, St. George as well, Orthodox Church, and both we are advising all time what the services, and we have the the schedule and everything, so the people can connect and they can watch us.
Okay. Bobby, is there anything that I didn't ask you that you would like to say before we end the interview?
There is nothing to say, but the important that just I want to focus that this feast coming to us, if you want, is like so important in the Orthodoxy. Sure, like everywhere is so important, the resurrection and something, but to us, the resurrection of Jesus is the fundamental truth and absolute fact of the Christian faith. And to us, it's the central experience and essential, if you want, charisma, we say, of the church. And it confirms the authenticity of Christ's remarkable early life and his, and his power. So that's why our faith is based on the resurrection. That's why every Sunday we chant something for the resurrection. Every day to us is important, and every Sunday it's resurrectional day. So this is what I wanted to say to the people, that to us we say it's the feast of the feasts. The resurrection to us is the feast of the feasts. And that's why the service is so different. The service, the way we are celebrating the liturgy of the resurrection is really different. It's completely different. Like to give more power to this, believe. It's very important.
I really like what you said. For the first time in 2,000 years, I can't be in front of my pastor or my preacher or my faith to celebrate the resurrection of Christ. That really is amazing. I mean, 2,000 years.
But something so important, sometimes we have to be grateful with God for that as well. And we have to think positively in which stance, for example. Maybe now it's time to reflect really. Sometimes the feasts become like something like a habit. I'm saying about the communion. Maybe we can go to have the communion just because we are following the line. And with no sense, as with no faith and with no preparation. I think now it's time to reflect. Really, I have been worthy before to go to have the communion. Really, and this is one. And second, to give more values to everything. Before, going to the church was, okay, maybe it's not now, okay, I want, now I don't want. I want to go to play golf. Now, going to the church, they can understand how it's important to be in the church, and it was really a blessing to be together in the church or everywhere. So now we can say better thank you to God, and with deep you understanding that we were living in the paradise, something very easy. Before to go to buy something from the mall was something natural, and now you understand it was a blessing to go to the mall, for example.
Yeah, didn't think of it like that, but you're right.
So we have always to think positively, especially in question of faith, that the church, it was to us a big blessing to be with the brothers and to gather together and to stay together and to talk about God together and to worship together. It was something so nice. And now I think after that, hope that the people will return back with more faith. And actually, who is close to you now? Two person, the medical is doing his job, and your priest or whatever, your pastor. Who is taking care of you? Who is receiving your call? Who is sometimes, now if someone will call me with coronavirus and he needs the communion, I go to give him the communion. I expose myself for his salvation. But no one will do it. No one will do it. Only two people. Your real priest, with full of faith, and your real medical physician, doctors, nurses. They will take care of you physically, but your priest will take care of you spiritually. And myself, when I was now in this pandemic time, and I know I have a lot of senior people in my church, you know what I asked them? Please stay home. I will take care of you. I will buy your things. What do you need? I will leave it outside. I will not enter to you, but please stay home. Who will serve you? No one. Your priest, your real priest. I'm not saying all the priests are good. It's not true. I'm not saying I'm good. I'm a sinner as well. I'm doing my best to be good. But a real priest, a real leader should serve. Like Jesus Christ. He was, touching the lepers, being with them. It's now, okay, now we have to respect, if you want, the indication of the state. But as well, I cannot, for example, say to someone dying and he wants the communion, no, I can't go to see you because I will get infected. No, I should go. And I know if I'm doing from the bottom of my face, God will not allow that. And if He will allow that, I will be healed so fast, no problem. So we have not to be afraid. We have to take precautions as well. God gives us a brain. We are not stupid people. But as well, don't be afraid and anxious. And the people like panicked. Oh my God, no, take it easy. And why you have to buy 3,000 rolls of paper towel for what? It will heal you from the coronavirus? It's stupid things. Live day by day. Be trustful. Be faithful. And its time will go like the other viruses. But the important, don't get afraid from this virus. Get afraid from your sins. Virus you will have till you will die. Every day maybe we'll have to confront some new virus. We had before Ebola, and we had before I don't know what, and whatever, 100 times of viruses. Yeah. So just we have to keep faith, take precautions, and God will help us in everything.
That's perfect, Paula. That's awesome. That's what I needed. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you. This should come in the 5 and the 6 o'clock today on Channel 7.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll make sure you guys get a link so you have it for your church.
Send me the link, please. You have my phone number now. Send me the link. I can publish it in my church.
Yes, sir. Done and done. Thank you again. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Good day.